So, hi everyone. After seeing people struggle with this so much, I thought I would take the time to try to help everyone out that could use some advice for this. Oh my goodness. Sorry about my voice, I just got my wisdom teeth out, so it's a little hard for me to talk. Sometimes you get a grease off of there for no reason at all. So I jump off there and use the SK to grab her and bring her down. I found that's the fastest way. Get her down there. Jump down those, otherwise if you walk off you'll fall. So try to make sure you grab your Android and get her over there so she doesn't see the other Androids being dismantled. The Android can't die to lasers, so what I typically do is I teleport her up here. So for this part, make sure you go slow, pick her up, immediately throw her, and start hitting this gate. Down. Don't get close to that spiky thing because it will kill you. Off to the left, teleport her up. And go through here. Yep. I really don't know what happens in this room, but I always just pick her up and throw her to the other side and it loops out. And so there, what I did is I left her far behind because if she gets too close, then she gets caught. So make sure you leave her quite a ways away from the door. These three is pretty easy. You have a weapon that can attack regularly in melee range. I'm jealous. I have to crouch and hit. So if you have a job that has a skill, like my main is Angelic Buster and my auto attack is actually a skill, then you have to crouch. Oh, hello. I guess not actually. I'm close enough I can just quickly attack them. Not that it really matters because the power screws there. And don't worry too much about your health on this floor. unless you're getting really low. The only thing that'll really be dealing is the laser. And lasers only have 2 patterns, so if you can memorize the pattern that it's running, you know if you should wait to go until the next one or if you should go. So I usually spend some time watching to make sure. For these ones, if you're scared, you can actually damage boost through them. This one a little hard too, but you can also damage boost. Again here, I don't really know what's going on, so I just throw her across the room. That's B3. On to B2. Careful not to hit some of these boxes because you can catch a toenail, your android can catch a toenail on them if you do. And then you have to start the level over. And this part, just wait for the steam. And as soon as you run past it, jump up onto the boxes. So the android can't die. And teleport, jump up, jump on this platform. And then jump up onto the ladder, shoot. Don't fall like that, because you can fall if you're walking across that. Close to the lasers and then run. Here, pick her up, so that way when you fall together. Click the button, jump, all those things. And again, pick her up and throw her over. We just have a couple of beans left on this floor. Over. Not always at the safety, I just kind of move her behind. Okay, so that's through B4 through B2.
Hey, so I cut the clip because it took me a good number of tries. I think it took me 4 tries to complete B1, and I didn't want everybody to sit through 40 minutes of me trying to complete B1. Also, I apologize again if you haven't read the description yet. I was using the wrong microphone. Plus, I got my wisdom teeth out, as you probably heard, so the audio quality was really low. Anyways, back the run, I pick up my Android and throw over, push the button. I jump on top just because it's faster. And then these lasers always have the same pattern. So once you recognize the pattern, you can figure out when to go. And then I stand right underneath that little dark blue with the upside down V inside of it. I hit that guy, make sure not to fall into the thing, throw her across, hit the button. Now she's immune to this team, so I just throw her ahead so I can focus on myself. One of my main pieces of advice is try to learn the patterns for this, because my strategy for completing B1 is to go through this theme backwards. I think it's a lot easier. Also, when learning it, only hold the left key and release the left key. Don't press the right key, because that momentum will often just carry you into another steam vent if you're not careful. So here I wait for them to go at the same time, and then I go. Pretty straightforward going in this direction anyways. Another tip you can use is if you start going too fast and you need to kill your momentum, jumping is really useful to kill your momentum on this. So then they go at the same time and I go. Beat up on these baddies. Hit that guy too. Kill this guy. And this guy and the following guy. Pretty straightforward for this part. I think the easiest way to get her across this gap is I usually throw her into the hole. So I just back up and throw her in. That way I can teleport her over there. Because if you punch the box that's near the guard, then the android will get a hangnail and you'll have to start the floor over. So be careful of that box. If you punch that box, then the android can get a hangnail and you'll have to start over. So, as I mentioned a little bit earlier, my approach to this floor is quite different from most people's that I've seen. Instead of going up here, I just go back to the left. I'm just walking left. Nothing super exciting here. Okay, so this is where things get interesting. Make sure you teleport her below the ledge so she's not on the conveyor belt. So for this first part, when the two geysers go at the exact same time, you want to jump 2 to 3 times across it. And so this works because the android will always keep moving left, and you can just jump past the geysers with good timing. So when they're exactly on top of each other, like this next one, you want them to be at the exact same time before you go. This is the next cycle, boom, and then you jump a couple times. And then typically, since the android gets stuck there, what I'll do is once I get past this geyser, I teleport her past. So notice this next pattern, how they're not exactly on top of each other. What I want to happen is have the right geyser go slightly first, and then the left geyser, like that, so I can jump through without getting hit. Now, my recommendation for this part is just get past the first one and not past the second one yet, but I was able to get past there because it was a a really good timing. So just learn the timings of those, and the more you do it, the easier it'll get. So right there, that was the timing that I would have wanted to go at for this next part, because you want the right one to go and then the left one to go immediately after it. So it'll be the next cycle. Wait, just kidding. So it should be this cycle, or the next one, or that one. See how it was just right before the left one? And then I jump past that one. Just go in between the two. And if you're struggling with this, feel free to do it the other way, but I thought this was a lot easier. Or if you do want to do it this way, my recommendation would be practicing walking in place close to a geyser without hitting it, because that'll allow you to go a lot faster. So then, once you get here, you just use the S key to pick the Android up, throw it, and then you really only have one obstacle left. So I sat here at this laser for a long time just because I get nervous and I didn't want to mess it up. But basically what happens is there's 3 different possible cycles. So what I'm looking for is the pattern, or not 3 cycles, but there's 3 different parts of the cycle. So if you wait for the what I would call the third cycle, every single time the safe spot will be the same. So what I was doing was I was making sure that I had that, because in my mind I thought there was only 2, so I started getting really confused. That's why I sat here for a few minutes. But just watch it and find that pattern of 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then once you find the one with the good safe spot, where you know where it is, go ahead and pick your spot and then count the second and third one after that, and then be ready to go for that next cycle, and you'll be through B1, which is the hardest floor. Maybe I'll put some elevator music in here because it looks like I sat here for a long time. I might have actually gotten up here to do something real quick. Also, because this took me way too long. But after you clear this laser, there's nothing left. So there's no need to rush. As long as you finish this with about a minute to spare, you should be fine. And even a minute is plenty of time. So notice if I went on that cycle, the area under the dark blue and light blue little square would have been safe. So that's the cycle that I'm looking for. I'm just continually counting it to make sure. I did the same thing the first 2 times that I did this. Every time it's quite nerve-wracking, so. Excuse me.
Alright, last stage. This stage is pretty straightforward. Just for demonstration purposes, you can get 30 coins if you let the Android see its shadow. Where is it? If you let stop here. What? Oh, by the way, I did a pretty poor job of this, but these first guys, make sure you sneak up behind them, because you want to save your health as much as you can for this. So, my tip, what I did the first time, when I got close to it, I can jump. Sneak up behind this guy. So there's two strategies. You can, because guys will approach you here, you can either go back and fight them, or you can get through that fast enough and then go on to here. You know, half the guys will fall through the floor. So that's what I like doing, is just going fast. I got unlucky. I'm going to take a good amount of damage here. Oh, dang, they fixed the AI, it looks like. No, I'm just gonna die. I messed up. If you die, you just have to start floor 1 again, so it's not a huge deal. But half the time I fall through the floor, so I just go on, and then I meant to not hit the gate, and instead just go back and start killing them. But when there's a group of 5 like that, it's a little hard to kill them anyways. So I'm just making sure they're facing away from me. Go up and hit them. You want to preserve your HP as much as possible. You cannot use health potions. On this map. Or familiars to recover HP or anything like that. So I've heard when you summon a familiar that recovers HP, I've heard that. So I'm going to try the other way. So if you get close to the gate, but you don't engage the gate, you can go back and kill these guys. Now, there's total 4 gates, so I'm going to do the same thing again, since I'm pretty healthy. And one really important piece of advice is after the 4th gate, there will be a teleport to go on to the next map. Make sure that you have enough health. I'll explain what I mean when I shoot, I'm gonna die. So what happens after you break that 4th gate is you have to walk to the right and then go in the teleporter. But what happens is I had 2,000 health, so I just ran over and went in, thinking, oh, stage is clear. Oh, it saw shadow. I couldn't do anything about that one. But I had 1,000 health and I thought, oh, I can go into this door and finish it. But what happens is it does the plus EXP stage clear all that animation. So I cleared the stage, got the EXP, Then I died, so it sent me back to the elevator. So, and because I went back to the elevator and I cleared the stage, it wouldn't let me enter room 1 again, so I have to start all over. Which is why I feel like I'm decent at this, because this is my 3rd time beating it. Yeah, just make sure if you're going to do that you have a good amount of health. Like, I would say aim to have half health or so to do that. Right. I'm just going to try to preserve a little bit of health here. See if one of these dudes falls. No, oh, there we go. See, he can fall. That actually saved me some health. If I could hit him. I'm going to do the same thing here. These guys. Nope. To me, this is the hardest stage. It's just because it's not hard, it's just frustrating. I don't have any at all. If it wasn't for the left, right one, I think we could just power through this. That one takes forever. You also can't sit on chairs in this now. This isn't kind of a scary HP amount, but I do have one more door after this. You can finish the door, but don't, if you're gonna die, like if I don't finish this door fast enough, I'm just going to let myself die. Okay, so I'm at a fine HP total, so 3,000. They're gonna come after me, and I can take a decent number of shots. But see, watch how these animations go. I died right now, and I had to restart. They can still shoot you there. So there you have it. That is how, that is my guide. If you have any questions, leave a comment, or you can message me. I play in the reboot world. I'll be on my main character, Are You My Mom? Full letters.